All right. What's going on, beautiful people? This is Chantel BNMA with BlokFin.Club with another video. Today we got the Invoxia Helium tracker. All right. This is basically a GPS tracker that you could keep in your bag. I mean, you can put it on, you can put it in your car. You can, keep it on your desk. I don't know. It's basically a tracker, just like any other tracker. But the good thing about this tracker is that for anybody who's involved in the Helium Network, this tracker communicates with the Helium Network. And this is going to be the next step, right? As far as Helium and the hotspots and mining. Because at some point we got to assume that there's going to be a lot of congestion. There's going to be lesser rewards for the Helium hotspots. And this is going to be the next evolution of the Helium Network, is really getting manufacturers and different organizations to hop on board with the Helium Network and create products that communicate with the hotspots, right? And they're going to pay a fee, obviously, to have this connectivity. And us running the miners, we're going to be able to tap into that stream of income that's going to be coming in from a company paying Helium to utilize the network. All right, so you're going to go on the App Store, you're going to download the Invoxia app. All right, this is just a little quick walkthrough. It's not going to be too in depth, but pretty self-explanatory. You're going to put in your email once you download the app and open it up. I'm going to put some other information in here, like your name. They do request things like your age, your birth date, and things like that. But this device, the reason I bought it was really just for a test case. Obviously, I have a Helium miner, or I have a couple of them, and they're doing what they're doing. I happen to not be in an area that's really high with rewards, but ultimately, it's making me some money. But I just wanted to kind of understand down the line exactly how this network is going to play out and what we could look forward to down the line, because in certain areas already you can see it's just really populated with miners, and because of that the rewards are really not much. They're pretty minuscule, but let's talk about like 5 years down the line, like what's going to happen when most of the coins have been mined, and now we're relying on that income from the network itself being deployed and operating by use of these like trackers and different devices, right? So for those of you that have the Helium miner, you'll notice that when you go into the rewards section, there's some rewards that come from witnesses. There's also rewards that come from data. And that's where this device comes in, because this device, when it communicates with my hotspot, I do get paid in Helium. It's really fractions, right? But at the same time, when you think of how robust the network may be down the line and how many companies and products may be utilizing the network, it may make sense that if you're getting thousands of these pings per day for data traffic, possibly it could amount to a significant amount of money over the course of the year. I'm not sure if this thing is something that's going to make anybody rich, unless you just really have just a really great location and you're witnessing a whole lot and there's a lot of data traffic in that area. But it's better than nothing, and that's the way I look at it. And for me, I'm not really hell-bent on making my ROI in 3 months or 6 months or 8 months. I'm looking for the long term and really just focusing on that residual income, that passive income that's going to come in. And hopefully with the rise of the coin's price, that'll kind of help out as well, right? So you can see here, I'm going through the process of really just onboarding the tracker. Okay. So they say it's precise up to a few dozen yards, but it does have like a locator that does help you track it to an even more precise location within like a few feet. So you're able to define safe zones. So in this case, maybe you have a child that you want to monitor when he or she gets home. You may be able to put this tracker in their book bag, and when they enter the safe zone, you'll get a notification, things like that. Or you could put it on your dog or your cat, and when they leave the safe zone, you're notified. Things of that nature. So you could extrapolate the different use cases for this thing or a device similar to this. And with technology, with the way it's going, these devices could be really like microscopic even, I bet you, I bet you they can make a microscopic or even just, maybe the thickness of a paper, right? A piece of paper. And in that case, you could put these things on garments. You could put them on devices that people are selling in stores, so that if someone tries to steal the device, then the store's notified about the device leaving the proximity of the safe zone. All right, so you see here, I named it BlokFin, and I'm going to activate the location. You're going to have to go into the app setting and then activate it that way. After you do that, you basically go into the app and you're able to see it, your tracker. So this is my tracker here. Okay, and it's pretty cool. The map itself, it does give you some different functionalities. Okay, obviously there's no data there right now because I just kicked it on. But here's that proximity or that safe zone or proximity radar. It's basically as you take the tracker and you move it closer or further away from the zone that you set, you can kind of basically see the movement and how far or how close it is. Okay. Basically showing you the relation between the app that you have downloaded either on your phone or your tablet and the tracker itself. So the minute you move close to the tracker, you're within 65 feet, you'll see this proximity radar that kind of tells you if you're getting closer or further away. All right. You can update the location rates, basically how often it pings its location. Different settings that they have here that you could tweak. Like I said, you could set a safe zone, or you could use it just basically as a tracker, just tracking its motions throughout the day, or you could set it down somewhere, and if it's tilted, it will basically notify you. All these different things. So it's pretty cool, and I've used it in a couple different scenarios. Okay, and it works as it's intended. So definitely satisfied with that. But again, I didn't buy it really for personal use. I bought it just as a test case to really open up a discussion about the Helium Network and what we can foresee down the line as far as like the viability of this passive income stream that everyone's trying to build. In the app, you could also check your coverage, but you could also find information about the Helium Network. And with this device, it does come with a 3-year subscription, a free 3-year subscription, after which every year you would have to pay about $19 to maintain the service, which really isn't that cheap. It's really $1 and change a month. And so to me, it seems like it's something that's feasible. How many dog owners are there in the world or in the United States? And I'm not saying everyone is going to go out and get one of these trackers, but let's assume that they were affordable enough. Let's assume that all the variables really just kind of lean towards making that decision. Like, yeah, this is good to have. Like, I could definitely see people not just having it on their pets and really having them just as a way of life to just keep tabs on things. Security is going to be a very big thing in the future, and tracking mobility is gonna definitely help with keeping things more secure. right? So you could actually do a satellite view of the map, which is pretty cool. Okay, not bad. So I wanted to just show you guys something else here. So this is my miner, one of my miners here, and you can see that immediately, you know, after setting this thing up, I was transferring data packets. And, you know, I've been running this miner for a few months, and honestly, I haven't seen any data packet transfers on my miner the whole time I've had it. And the only time that there was a data transfer, I believe, was when I did it, just to kind of test the network. I sent the data packet or something. But either way, outside of that, I hadn't received any data rewards or anything, transmissions or at all the whole time. But as soon as I plugged this thing in and I started moving it around and interacting with it, sure enough, I started seeing rewards coming in. And so this is really what I wanted to focus on. The video, obviously, it was an unboxing, but also I wanted to kind of open up a conversation about what do you guys think is going to be the viability of this Helium network, and how easy is it going to be to really make money down the line after all the Helium tokens have been mined, right? So it's like, obviously, the way it's working with this tracker right now, it seems that anytime it interacts with my miner, I receive a reward. However minuscule it is, it's still a reward. You know, so you can see at the top, 8 minutes ago, transferred packets. Okay, and I'm gonna also show you in a little bit another screenshot or video of what it looks like after I've been running it for a couple weeks, right? Because this is pretty interesting. I want to see what the frequency of the data transfers are and how that correlates to my income on a weekly basis. You know, I really hate math. I'm not big at math, but for those of you that are, you know, you could definitely take a look at what I got here and crunch some numbers yourself, you know, and kind of extrapolate on these numbers to see if it makes sense. Because look how small of a fraction that is. Point zero 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 zero
New York Stock Exchange. But guess what? When I trade, I completely ignore it.
Look how minuscule that is. 0.0000037 H&T. And let me tell you, that's like fractions of a penny, okay? I mean, so yeah, tell me, what do you guys think in the comments, you know? This is kind of interesting. And you got to think that it's not just going to be this particular type of tracker. So I have this tracker, which is really just a handheld one. It could be put in my car. I could put it on my bike, right? Motorcycle, in my girl's handbag or something, you know? But there's other trackers that go on pets, like we talked about. And I could definitely see possibly trackers on packages and shipments and things of that nature. So with that being said, it's like, is there a case to be made about the Helium network really being one of these things that, you know, you get in early and you stay in, you know? Obviously, I think there's going to be some people that are making money that are going to give it up, but I think this is something that you want to think about for the long term. Yeah, so this is about 2 weeks later. Okay, and you can see that on the left hand side, transferred packets, 12 minutes, 4 hours, or 4 minutes, 13 minutes, 1 hour, 41 minutes ago, 6 hours. So from what you can see here, it's like this thing is working. It is communicating with the Helium hotspot, and for every one of these transferred packets, I do get paid Helium, but it's very minuscule. The amounts are very small. They're fractions of a penny. But in my mind, what I think about is, I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking into the future of what it could be, what it could turn into. And the way I look at it is Helium is building a network that, obviously is going to be used to track things, to track people, possibly to track, um, artifacts, whatever, packages, clothing, who knows, right? All sorts of things, because there is an issue of shrinkage in businesses and retail stores. And so if Helium could offer a network that kind of speaks to that kind of helps that issue, I think it's just a matter of time before there are just rows of companies that are looking to use the Helium network in some shape or form. So there's going to be various different trackers that are going to come out. It's not just going to be this handheld one that you could put in your purse or carry with you or put in your car. There's going to be trackers on, like I said, clothing, retail items. There's going to be trackers on, shipments, right, from Amazon. And Amazon has their own version of something like this. It's called Amazon Sidewalk, I believe. But obviously, this is something that's more decentralized than Amazon Sidewalk is. Um, and so for me, I kind of like the thinking of the possibilities because, in my mind, even though it's fractions of a penny, the price of helium still, I think, has some upside. But then also, on top of that, like I said, there's going to be more than one type of tracker. There's going to be more than one corporation using the network and paying that yearly fee um, to utilize the infrastructure. And so that's where we're going to be making money as well, or more so with the data transfers than I think mining the helium and the witnessing and things like that. So it really opens up a cool discussion about the longevity of the helium network and whether or not it makes sense. But I think one thing to keep in mind is that obviously with the miner, depending on the cost, a lot of people are really hell bent on making back their ROI within a year or within a few months. And I think that was all good and well in the very beginning, but I think now what we're seeing is a little bit of a saturation in the marketplace for these helium miners. And with that said, it's like there's less helium to go around. And with more and more mining as the years go on, that's less and less helium to go around. But at the same time, it's like we're burning the candle at both ends because less and less helium to go around, but then more and more miners coming out every day. And so, we are going to get to a point where I think that the money that we're going to make from mining or having a hotspot in the home is going to come from this interaction, this packet transfers from these different devices. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think this is a very interesting topic. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely like and subscribe. All right. Talk to you later. Peace.